and thanks for having me, Nick. It's been a pleasure the last couple of weeks to get to know you and discover really what naturally talented me is all about. And as John said, it's a big advocate for the military people coming out of the services and not being recognised for their talents and sort of being tarred with the same brush. We can make a difference to businesses, and by doing the platform like Naturally Talented Me to discover exactly what's there is fantastic. And that's why I wanted to support and help sort of sponsor the Inspire quality. My story is I grew up in Northern Ireland. I joined the military just turning 17. Joined the Royal Engineers, posted basically all over the world, a couple of tours of Iraq, Northern Ireland. And unfortunately, in one of my tours, I was injured through a bomb, in essence. But that's not the biggest problem. Is 2006, a helicopter was shot down in Iraq over Basra, and it was we were the quick reaction force, the QRF, to go out and clear up the mess of a 27-hour operation, what was only supposed to last 2 to 3 hours, and recovering minimal body parts from 5 people is something that never really affected me at the time. I was 20 years old. And then I went on to commission from the ranks, and I was in Canada on a training exercise, and a soldier fell into the fire, and it was sort of us that saved her life. And it was the smell that triggered something that happened 9 years ago in my life. And there was a change in me as a person, to my friends, to my family. I almost, what I call it, I imploded rather than exploded, unless I was out and about, and then I exploded. And it wasn't a very healthy scenario to be in, and I was very out of character, and that's when I sort of sought help through Help for Heroes. And then obviously I set up a company called Fortitude Front, which is sort of keynote speaking to inspire other people and find I went from a point in 2018 of being calling it a day, if you want to call it. I had everything planned out and what to do, but I've got two beautiful daughters that sort of, and my wife that sort of said, I've obviously thought about them, and I was like, no, I can't do this for them. I grew up with no dad until I was adopted, so so I didn't want that for them. So I had to change something about it. I had to do something about it and own it, and as well, the recognition was there, and then I had to own what it was, and then take a step and do the action, and that's exactly what I did. And over this past year and a half, that's when I've sort of gone around schools and businesses and done keynote speaking and telling them my story and say it's not actually all about what you think it is, and do what you want to do, and get in comms with something like Naturally Talented Me, and work out what you're really passionate about and what you really want to do, and do it if you can. And it's exactly what I did. And I'm a big believer in sort of vision, mindset, execute, and then that's what I talk about. So if you visualize in something, you just got to get in the right mindset. And how do you unlock that piece of mindset to go and execute it well, and execute it at the best of your ability? There's a daily routine that I've set with myself that sets me up right for the day. I get up at 04:20 and I go and thrash myself in the gym, in essence, or running or something, whatever I can do in the limitations with the replaced shoulder. And that puts me, I like being in this comfort place, because it reminds me, one, that I'm living, and two, that how far will my body go? And I don't believe you can grow unless you push yourself outside of your comfort zone. And then the last piece is doing the basics well and doing them correct. So never forget the sort of basics. And when I did the profile of Naturally Talented Me, it brought out your typical military one: independent, determined, adventurous, energetic, focused a lot. But there was a couple of the free thinking ones that chucked out, and the curious. And the free thinking, I think, is for me more related to stepping back and having a condor moment, and stepping outside the box and thinking a different way of how it's really should be done. And I just 2 weeks ago completed a world first, which was a 75-mile run with 35 pounds on my back on a treadmill in a tent in darkness, to see what my body would react. And at the 51-mile point, it didn't react very well. And that's when I had to start thinking differently, and how am I going to, no plan survives contact, and how am I going to attack this differently, and get in a different mindset to execute. And that's really it in essence. And I continue to do that and inspire. I'm actually off tonight to do another little project and working with Nick on our future projects. And yeah, it's going well. And my book will be released in the next 6 months, hopefully. And it's all good.
Great.
I probably forgot to mention as well, I got diagnosed with a PTSD, yeah. So, yeah, and I'm at the point, you know, of saying really PTSD is maybe one of the best things happening because I'm starting to help other people. And that's really what I inspire to do and giving back to the charities that I do as well.